Alright guys, so now I promised in the last class I'll be talking about tables. So let's deal with some tables in our new class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear off all this that I've written so far. I'm going to clear it off, and here I'll take off almost everything here, the body, so that it could be a bit cleaner. Okay, remember your table in your HTML. So let's have a div tag. Let's give it a class and call it our table. So let's have a table itself. Remember, in our table we have we can have a table head, a T head. In our T head we can have our TH. We can have a TR. We can have a table row too for having our table header. Table header, let's say serial number, and that table header will be the names. We have another one, let's say names, so class. Then we have another one, another TH, we'll say H. It's supposed to be TR. So now we'll come in here. After we'll have our T body. Then we have our table row. We have our table dimension 1. So names is John Terry. We have the classes 200 level, then the ages, say 21. So we can just duplicate this. So we can come and say okay, 2 Jacobs. That's 100 level. That's 25. We have 3. Let's switch it around. Sorry, John. For the level as 28 years. 4 of John T. 3 level. That's 24 years. So this is our table here. So we're going to use style sheet to style our table. So we're going to make style sheet to style our table. So let's first of all, let's reference our div. Sorry, our div, our class, our table. So that's the first one we want to reference. Now we want the table inside. One table is, and we want the T head. I want the background color of red. So that's for the table header. You understand? So we could just come in and say, okay, I just like placing such code before. It could be anywhere. Our table. Then we have table. Sorry. Okay. I'm just trying to attend something here. My keyboard. So we have table. Then on table we say okay. Border. So 2 pixels. Let's get to see how it looks like. Okay, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Yes, nothing is happening because we actually have a table, we have a border, style. Let's give solid. I think this should work now. You see, because we never had a border style the other time. So we could also have what we call our table. We could have width. I can say the width is 100%. If I refresh my page, it should fill the whole page. So let me just make the width like 50%. So that's a few things about our table. Now we could deal with how will I put it? We could deal with the tags itself, like the tags inside the table. We could say, okay, in dot our table, there's a table inside. Then in the table, we want to deal with the th and the td, and on this, we want the border. Let me just use the same attributes. If I go back to my table and I refresh, can you see we have a border inside everything? So that's how we could use our table. I could try to say, okay, the border color should we call something like let me come in here, save. I should refresh this, so we have a border color. So table has a lot of things that we could do with. We could do with the size, the alignment. We could say, okay, align left, align right, align middle, just like we align our text. We could still say, okay, here we already deal with the TD. Then we can come and say, for the TD, we say, okay, text align center. So all the text will be aligned to the center. That's styling our table. We're still styling our tables. So there are a lot of things we could do to our table. Just understand the tags and the properties that we can set it to our table. So that's all about our table. So now I want to take us to one path that one part that all of us would love to work with. That is, we'll talk about navigation. Let's work with CSS and navigation bar. Let's create a simple navigation bar and see how it looks like. Let's create a navigation bar. So let me come here. Let me put this above our table. So let me just come here. Let me create a UL. Then L1, say home. Another L1, say about us. So another L1, I say contacts. Now remember, in your HTML, I mentioned something we call HTML5 tag, and one of the HTML5 tag I mentioned is the nav. So let's wrap this inside the nav tag. So this is wrapped inside the nav tag, just to separate this as a nav bar, as a nav item. So if I come in here now, if I refresh, you are seeing just your normal list, nothing special. So our nav, let's go into our CSS. Let's start styling. So first of all, we'll say nav. That's the this thing we want to start. We want to style our nav. Now inside our nav, we want to style our UL. So I can come here and say, okay, for this our UL, it's a list. We have what we call list style type. So we don't want any list style type because we just want everything to be blank. Now if I come in here, you see that no list type again. So we are trying to make a nav bar. So here we can say, okay, we want all margin to be 0. and since I want all padding to equals to 0. Okay, sorry, I'm supposed to finish the semicolon. I made a mistake in my padding. If I go here and refresh, you can see our text has moved upward, no padding, no margin. So there's a attribute called overflow. That is, if this particular text, if it's longer than that line, what should we do? We can hide it. We can say overflow hidden. So we're just trying to protect our overflow hidden. That's that. Let's give it a background color. Background color, let's say black. Now if I should come here and refresh, you see what we have now. Okay, don't be scared, we are almost there. So now we want to style our list. Let me float our list to the left. We use floats to move text from left to right, right to left. So that's what we call floats. Then now let me now deal with the link inside that particular, the main link inside that particular navbar I want to create. Normally our L was supposed to be a link, but we've not created any link yet. So let's go back. Let's just go back here. Let's say, okay, this is our first link, href. I just want us to understand all those things. So before I come up and do any example, so this will be our link that links to somewhere else. That should be on the navigation bar. Oh, sorry. So let's do this. Let's do some here. So if I should come here, you can see everything is a line now because they are all links, and we've removed the style, the list style on it. So let's now style it to look like a real navbar. So how do we go about that? So let's come in here and say, okay, inside L1, look for the anchor tag A. Then inside that, make the display to be block. I'll explain all this. Want to block display. Want our color to be white. Sorry, I'm supposed to end this with a semicolon. Want our color to be white. Then want our text align to be at the center. We want some padding. That's padding top, and padding top and 16. That's padding top. That's padding. I think padding left also. Yep, padding left. We want our text decoration to be no. Let's give it a try and see if we have made anything. Can you see? We have our home, we have our contacts. I don't know which one is not there. It's meant to be 3. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. It's supposed to be an A. Oh, it's supposed to be an L1. So, can you see we finally made our navbar? We made our table. So, we can just we can leave a space between our table and our navbar. Let's leave a space there. We just come to our table. This is our table, right? Our table, we can just say margin top 20 pixels. If we go now and refresh, there's a space in between. So this is starting our site, and we're going to build something good. I believe you understand what I've been saying all day. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.